All right. 6:40. So glad to be up. All right, driving out for my first day. It's like 30 minutes away. Luckily, we didn't hit traffic, which is rare in this city anymore. Spoke too soon. God damn it, I missed my exit. And of course, the next mile on the highway is going to be backed up. This is why I hate driving home at 5:30. Alright, so just got back home at about 6:10, 6-ish. Depends on the day, how busy it is, but usually now I'll get home at about 6 or 6:10 and off to the gym immediately, and then we'll come back and eat dinner. Luckily, usually there's some remnants of food when I get home. Alright, so it has been my first week back at work after a basically 3-month hiatus. So the story is there was a guy who volunteered at our school to give back to the automotive community, and essentially he was also in the process looking for people to hire. And so he kind of took a liking to my friend and I. We talked, we visited his shop, and we enjoyed each other's company, and eventually he sought after us to hire us to work at his shop. And so me trying to get out of the automotive industry and move on to other things with my life, I was a little hesitant, and he was also looking for a commitment because there's not a lot of people going in the automotive industry, and most people are looking to train and hang on to a person for a long time. And that's exactly what he was doing. He's looking for someone, he pretty much boldly stated he's looking for pretty much a minimum of a 5-year commitment. And that is a bit much for me, especially considering where my head is at with all of these things. And I like him, I like the way that his mind works, I like his mindset, and I like him as a person. And I felt like if there was going to be anyone in the automotive industry to work for, it would be him. Basically, he persisted and pretty much flat out told me, we're offering you a job. I more or less told him no, which he then came back and said, how about a test run? And I came from the heart when I talked to him about it. I told him completely honestly where I stand, and so he said, let's do this test run. And so I agreed, and so I can make a little money in the process, which would be very helpful. At the beginning of this week, that started, and I'm just going to go over some pros and cons real quick to sum up how I feel. Alright, so the good is nobody was yelling, nobody came with any BS, and it was generally just a non-toxic environment, which is really refreshing because my workplace before was extremely toxic. And I just felt like everyone had a lot of respect for each other, and I just greatly appreciated it. And it was more of a respect of the workplace and the fact that we're all working together trying to go for a common goal, rather than some kind of earned respect, which can be a very negative thing. The other good thing is they're starting me off slow, which is also kind of a con, but it's good because I'm pretty much in a position where I'm under no pressure. I just kind of go there, and frankly, there's not a lot expected of me, and they just want to ease me in and see how both of the worlds collide, so to speak. The other good thing is the business just runs really smoothly, and that's something they've worked really hard for a long time, and the whole place just flows, people work together. It doesn't seem like no one's butting heads. There's no conflicts as far as scheduling, and everything seems to fit in its place, and the whole system just seems to be working, and that's pretty refreshing. Because there are some places that, let's face it, are falling apart. And it's still a fast-paced shop, but it doesn't feel like absolute madness. And so it's good to be back working outside of the house. I had been pent up here. A lot of my friends are very busy as well with their lives. I'll admit my social life isn't super strong, and I really just kind of locked myself away and worked on a ton of projects and that kind of thing for myself, so I haven't gotten out, and it's taken a toll. So getting out into a new social environment has been really helpful. And honestly, it feels pretty good to be working with my hands and using my body. I really don't do well at like a desk type job. I'm not the kind of person that can really sit still. Alright, now let's get into some of the cons. Starting slow is a good thing as far as not being rushed into any pressure. However, it is starting very slow. They are very cautious and skeptical, and I've worked in the automotive industry for a couple of years now. I can handle a wide variety of things. I'm very adaptive. When I was quitting my old job, they offered me to try out their other shop for a week, and I pretty much went over there with my tools and just started producing the same amount of work that I was doing at the shop before. So if I can figure out the system of one shop, I feel like I can apply that to many others and learn it very quickly. They are very cautious and they don't want to hand me anything and let me run, even though I'm pretty confident I can handle it. But that's neither here nor there. I don't want to let my ego get in the way and think, oh, you know, I'm better than this, I'm above this, because I am doing very easy stuff. Essentially, I'm going to start off by helping other technicians and speeding them up, which means I'm basically the shop assistant. That's lower than I ever even was in the automotive industry. It is slow, but I'm not gonna let my ego get in the way, but it is just very boring. You know, come on, let's turn the pressure up because I am bored. Now, the other issue is it is a fairly long distance. So for me to get to work, it takes about 30 minutes in the morning, and then with traffic on the way back, it's probably about 40 minutes. I have to admit, I hate traffic. I hate sitting in traffic. Now, frankly, another issue is it is a very long work week. So I'm spending about 55 hours at that job. Now granted, 5 of those hours is going to lunch, and then 5 of those is going to travel. My currency of the realm is actually time. Now 10 hours a week I'm not getting paid for at all, and I'm basically doing nothing, except the 5 hours for my lunch break I try and read or get some chores done on my phone. But the other 5 hours are out the door, because right now I stay busy pretty much 16 hours of the day. So it's not that I don't want to work a lot. My problem is what portion of each activity is taking how much of my time. And 55 hours a week dedicated to a job that's paying me kind of menial cash is really not my best time investment. And I have to be honest, even though being back in the shop environment is good, I am just still not all about it. And it really kind of sucks. It sort of hurts to know that you are a lot less interested in something than you once were. I still am very interested in learning all these things, but I can tell I'm just not wanting to heavily invest in my automotive knowledge, and it makes me a little sad. Now, my last point is going to sound a little ridiculous, but I honestly hate working for people. Being an employee, I just feel is not my destiny. For one, I'm a terrible employee. I really hate when people tell me what to do, and it's not really because I think I know better, or I don't even know. I don't know. It could be ego, or there's just a part of me that anytime someone tells me what to do, I don't want to do it. And frankly, it's a problem for being an employee, you know, and I'm not like disobedient, and I'm not a jackass, but it's still something I feel, and you know, it kind of makes me die a little inside every time I'm basically taking these orders. Again, I should humble myself. You know, these people are paying me money. This is what we've agreed to do. That's true. But the fact of the matter is, it's not where I want to end up, and it's not what I want to do. And the sooner I leave that, the better, in my opinion. And to me, being an employee is just a bad deal. You know, 55 hours of my week to get paid a couple dollars above minimum wage. And again, this isn't a bad place to work. It's just not where I want to end up, you know, it's not the dream. But anyway, it's actually going a lot better than I expected. I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would, at least. This week actually wrapped up pretty nicely, and I've got a good feeling about it. But anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble on. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. I do just pretty much random stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.